What's going on, crypto people? Life is good. Let's go. Bitcoin hits 30K. What the world? Jeremy Hogan, the big battle between the SEC and Ripple. Got an interesting thread on crypto Twitter. We'll go through that. Let's go, baby. Let's do it. The market is just doing what the market does. We'll go over the numbers. Somebody on Twitter, Crypto Ramman. Anyone still calling for a 12K Bitcoin? I believe my guy is still calling for it. Garrett Soloway, I believe so. Let's go. You're early. I'm early. We're all early adopters in this new asset class that's the digital asset space. Let's go. Life is good. Hey, what is going on? Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life and the crazy life that is the digital asset space. What is going on right now? Bitcoin hit 30,000, 30K for BTC. That is really, really cool. Good to see that. But again, the market is just simply doing what the market does. Word on the street is that the Asian market, in particular, one country that is not our friend, is just adding crazy liquidity to the market. Yeah, adding crazy liquidity. We can't forget about the mining that's going on in China. Can't forget about that. That's a real deal. No one reported about TeraWolf and their crazy results with this nuclear-powered mining. I'm still trying to figure out why the XRP entertainer content creators are still talking nonsense about Bitcoin. I don't understand it. I really don't understand. I don't know. Fidelity, BlackRock, NASDAQ. The major financial players in the space hold Bitcoin in the space. But we got a content creator who just thinks that for some reason, just knowing who Satoshi Nakamoto is going to make some difference. It ain't going to make a difference. It's not going to make a difference, right? It's just not going to make a difference. People recognize that Bitcoin is a new form of money. They recognize that it is a hedge against the central bank's failed monetary policy. What does it matter? We know who the creators are and the founders of Ripple. We know who the creators are and the founders who created the XRPL. We know who the creators of Ethereum are. We know who the creators of Cardano are. Does it make a difference? We know who Algo and the creators are. Why does it make a difference if you know who they are? It's not going to change anything. It's not going to change anything if they own more Bitcoin than anyone else. It is not going to change anything. What is it going to change? It's not going to change anything. If anything, a little bit. It's not going to be the downfall of Bitcoin because someone knows who the four people are that the Homeland Security claim are Satoshi Nakamoto. It ain't going to change it. Like, it's just not. going to change it, in my opinion. Just not going to do it. So listen, we're going to go over the numbers. It was great to see Bitcoin hit over 30K. We're looking for an all season. We're looking for it. The dominance has to flip, right? I mean, that's historically has been the deal. Bitcoin dominance has to flip, right? And be more alt dominant to have an alt season. That's not going to change. It's just historically the way that it is. So when it begins to flip, when it begins to get below 40%, we can start to kind of look at it. Well, we'll cover the numbers for sure with you guys. Jeremy Hogan's interesting thread on the SEC versus Ripple. I can't wait to cover that with you guys. We'll go over the numbers. I've been hanging out on GPT-4, seeing what's good there. Interesting stuff. I was going to cover the Digital Currency Monetary Authority, but I'm not going to cover it. I don't know this new thing that they came out. Who are they? Who is the Digital Currency Monetary Authority, right? So I looked them up. I asked ChatGPT, and it's like, they're not a world recognized entity. So anyway, maybe it's a thing, maybe it's not. The Digital Currency Monetary Authority. Yeah, in the headlines with the IMF. Yeah, I don't know. I try to find out who is behind the DCMA. I couldn't find anything. Maybe Crypto Eddie can find something out. Yeah, it's just really interesting stuff going on. For sure, some interesting stuff going on. We're never going to get that video. We're never going to get the video that says, you know, I was just wrong. I was just, yeah. So anyway, I hope you guys went and checked out EliteX.pro, the project that is building on the XRPL. There's a few great projects building on the XRPL, like Expectar, Xpunks, obviously EliteX.pro. I've been covering them for sure. Love the Zoom wallet, right? So I think it's called Zoom, might be called Zoom, XUMM. And I just think that was it SL Danny put out a tweet? No, was it Ashley or SL Danny? I think it might have been Ashley Prosper, who said if it wasn't for the content creators in the space, or content creators slant community members, there would be no coverage on the asset XRP, on the awesome thing that is the XRPL ledger. Pretty true. We stop the share here. That is a pretty accurate statement when you think about it. When you think about it as a whole, that is a pretty accurate statement. What's going on here? This thing is not catching up. So, but in any case, that is a very accurate statement for sure. How much coverage would there really be? Well, it's not for the community members, content creators. 100%. What's going on? Hey, Siege, good to see you live again. Great to see you, man. Appreciate you checking in this morning. Interesting time for us to be early in this space. We can see the good, the bad, and the ugly. We have to strengthen our resolve. It's easy to come in once you're proven. Once the digital asset space is proven, that's easy to come in then. But when it's yet to be proven, when you're still fighting for market share, when you're still fighting to become a new asset class, if you will, right? It's the people that are early that, have the opportunity for the biggest gains, but also the biggest hurdles like obstacles and hurdles that make the space. And so I'm excited about being early here, participating here, and doing our small part, if you will, to bring this new asset class to the masses, right? And that's so massively important. So let's go over the numbers real quick. I know I did a really quick live stream yesterday. It won't be as quick, but it'll be fairly quick today. Going to go with numbers. I mean, I think it's cool to celebrate Bitcoin hitting 30K. I mean, that's cool to see that. It's been a while. It's been a while since Bitcoin hit over 30,000, right? What is going on here? It's been a while since Bitcoin hit over 30K. So We'll talk about that. We'll get into the numbers. Let's see if that's, let me refresh. This says 28,000. Let's refresh it, make sure that it's accurate. Where is my thing there? There it is there. Okay. Let's share this guy. Oh, it's over 30K now. It's over 30K now. Okay, cool. Oh, shout out to CoinGecko. I love using CoinGecko.com. I love using the app on my phone. You know what we say on this channel? Screw CoinMarketCap. Yeah. Screw CoinMarketCap. So CoinGecko.com. Love using the app. I love the different tabs you can go into to learn more about the digital asset space as a whole. Great place to learn about the digital asset space is on CoinGecko.com. So according to CoinGecko, the total cryptocurrency market cap is 1.29 trillion. Nice. It's up 5% in 24 hours. However, the Bitcoin dominance is at 45.4%, which means there is no alt season incoming currently with the Bitcoin dominance of 45%. I would just say that until we get under 40%, it's no hopes up for an alt season, right? You got to get that Bitcoin dominance to change around. In other words, all the jolly money is going into Bitcoin, right? So Bitcoin is currently trading at $30,219. It's up 8% on the 8.5% on the 7 day. Ethereum is at $1,919. XRP is at 52 cents. Cool. Very, very cool to see that up 5% on the 7 day. What do we got for double figure gains? Dang it, dang it, dang it. I was supposed to pick some Solana up when it was at $20. I didn't do it. In a matter of 3 days, maybe 4, it's $23. It's up 12.9% on the 7 day. But I didn't pull the trigger, so I'll have to wait. I still am in the camp because I'm following kind of my guy's lead, Gareth Soloway, that Bitcoin is, we haven't seen the lows yet for Bitcoin. We haven't seen the bottom yet for it. So double figure greens on Conflux, CFX. Never heard of it. 10% double figure greens on the 7 day for Rocket Pool. Curve Dow's up 12%. Love Curve for the $1. Optimism's up 10% on the 7 day at $2. Very cool to see some double figure greens on the 7 days, guys. Very, very cool to see that. Well, I want to cover this thread from Jeremy Hogan. Very, very, very interesting stuff here. Let me make sure I have the right one. Up first, Warren Davidson doing his political stuff. John Deaton telling the SEC to screw itself. All right, what do we got? Genevieve covering Silicon Valley. I'll go over that later. All right, there it is, right there. Let's go on in this thread. I haven't read it fully through, but it is Jeremy Hogan, that dude who has been warning us about our Fourth Amendment rights being breached, and that perhaps we should be looking at the 10th Amendment and checking out how the state is protecting you. It's going to be a huge, huge deal. And will the states exercise their individual for 10th Amendment rights? Big deal. It is big, big, big deal. Okay, share it here. Jeremy Hogan, formerly of Legal Briefs. We love Jeremy Hogan. Attorney Jeremy Hogan. So here it is. The big battle between the SEC and crypto, a thread. A lot of comments referenced the below thread suggested it's a no-brainer and asked, why is it taking the judge so long? Jeremy Hogan says it's not true. It's not a no-brainer. This is a nuanced legal battle on which the future of crypto as we know it may hinge. He did this thread. He did this post here on April the 8th. Says the reason why XRP is not a security, and he put a thread under it. And then he went through some stuff. So now he said it was some comments. So he wants to respond to people's comments to the thread he did 3 days ago. In response to Ripple's argument that there must be a contract to have an investment contract The SEC cited a number of cases in which, to one degree or another, there was no formal written agreement. The argument here is that Howey covers almost any investment purchase, right? What the SEC is really arguing is that 2, 3, and 4 is that prongs 2, 3, and 4, when taken together, supplant the need for the elements of a legal contract. In other words, Howey doesn't require a formal contract because the common enterprise and expectations of profit is the contract analysis. Unfortunately for Ripple, the SEC had early success in crypto cases on this issue, in cases in which the crypto companies did not raise post-loss obligation issues. Right. So he's saying that if there have been other cases with the SEC involved in the defendants, if you will, didn't bring up this particular argument and they lost. And since the judge is ruling on that, in which they lost, it's not great for Ripple. He says, luckily for Ripple, Judge Torres hasn't put too much weight so far on what her colleagues have done. Looking at the SEC's counter argument in cases, you can see why lawyers think that Ripple raised this issue with an eye towards obtaining an appellate ruling. Jeremy Hogan says, I disagree with that. There is enough in the Ripple's brief for the trial judge to rule in its favor. It rests on one thing: decentralization. The reason why the other cases lost is because, looking at the purchase of the crypto from a traditional standpoint, it smells like the strange type of investment slant purchase that Howey is supposed to capture, but it's not. Because in a traditional purchase, it would make no sense for someone to buy an asset without having some legal recourse if the seller screwed you over. But a traditional purchase is made from a centralized entity. Historically, sales of securities are from centralized sellers. The difference in crypto is that it does not make sense to purchase crypto because it is decentralized. No one owns the network. And so it makes sense that someone might purchase XRP as an investment without having a contract with anyone. Because again, no one owns the network. This is the key differentiator. Excuse me. And this is why I believe that if the judge or her wonderful law clerk understands the technology, Ripple will win on this issue. If the judge doesn't grasp what crypto is, well, then we might be looking at an appeal of this issue. But this is the line in the sand. This is the issue that saves crypto in the United States, because a Ripple win on a Howey analysis is a big setback for the SEC, but not a dagger in the heart. But it's not a no-brainer. The Howey test isn't outdated. It just needs an upgrade. Hopefully, our mechanic is up to the task. So we'll see. Someone said here, I don't see enough attention to economic reality in your thinking, perhaps because the SEC has not emphasized it in the Ripple case. Who is this? Jason Combs, CEO. They seem to think it's not necessary to fall back on economic reality of the scheme with the decentralized commonality that provably exists. I wasn't focused on the legal argument here as much as I was looking at the arguments from the judge's perspective. From a shallow perspective, this smells like a sale of a security. But if you dig deeper at the incentives of purchasers and the totality of the circumstances. Interesting stuff there. So Jeremy Hogan kind of giving us some lowdown. I think personally, I believe that Judge Torres is doing her best to make sure that she grasps the bigger picture of it all, and she will dig deep into the idea of crypto and what it is. I really, really do believe that. So Anthony Welfare shared this. Exciting to share that Ripple CBDC team will be collaborating with the Central Bank of Montenegro on a pilot project for creating a CBDC or national stablecoin or a national stablecoin. Very, very cool. Yeah, the CBDC thing it's a bigger fight. It really is just a bigger fight. So Crypto Mom put this out. Shout out to Miss MS Crypto Mom 1. Welcome back, Bitcoin over 30K. It's been a long 10 months of waiting for you to get back there. So that happened earlier last night, but we're at 30K again. And I think that is really, really cool. Ashley Prosper put this out. Isn't it interesting? If the XRP community members didn't post on Twitter and didn't make YouTube videos, there would be absolutely zero coverage of XRP. They'll tell you all the silver is on the table, which is Bitcoin, hoping you won't look for the gold in the basement. XRP. Nicely. Well said, Ashley Prosper, on a great point. So Warren Davis is going to kind of remind us of the thing I shared with you guys yesterday about the Federal Reserve. Remember when the Federal Reserve said this? The Federal Reserve has made no decision on issuing a central bank digital currency and would not do so without clear support from Congress and the executive branch, ideally in the form of a specific authorizing law. A CBDC would not replace cash or other payment options, right? Remember, we covered that yesterday on the live stream. If you didn't watch that video, you want to definitely check that out. Warren Davidson, Senator, Congressman Warren Davidson. Let's be clear, the Federal Reserve does not have the legal authority to implement a central bank digital currency. There is strong bipartisan opposition in Congress to a central bank digital currency. Sound money is essential for defending freedom. CBDC is Orwellian. Nevertheless, there are people highly committed to implementing this dystopian tool for coercion and control. We got to pay attention to that. We got to pay attention to that. Let's go here. Let's go here. Get rid of that. I find this to be very, very interesting. Then I'm going to get back in the chat. Silicon Valley's 10 largest depositors held over $13 billion in deposits. $13 billion at the now failed bank. Now Congress is investigating the cozy relationship between those depositors and SVB. SVB, Silicon Valley Bank, offered executives personal benefits like cheap loans and luxury ski trips to executives at the companies who deposited billions into the bank. As always, you find this stuff after. You do those loans on the blockchain, you don't have to find out afterwards. You do that stuff on EliteX.pro, it's on the blockchain, it's on the XRP ledger. You don't find out after that perhaps there was some more favorable nepotism going on. Yeah. Warren Davidson said, every individual has a property right to their own data that must be protected. The Restrict Act creates a domestic police state. This must be stopped. We got to pay attention to Restrict Act. And again, I say to you again, got to pay attention to why do you think Jeremy Hogan, Attorney Jeremy Hogan, excuse me, tweeted out that your big tweet, big post, Fourth Amendment rights. He said, attention, US crypto people. Your Fourth Amendment rights have been breached. You got to think about why such a statement was made. And we have to pay attention to that. It's big stuff. So it looks like the old termination of the national emergency related to the beer cold pandemic has been put to bed. The truth is the expert used the beer code for power and control, and they never wanted it to end. Interesting stuff. Our Republican majority forced the hand of current administration to end this nightmare once for all. So some interesting stuff. Some interesting stuff coming there. So Ellen Terra put this out, and I think this is important. New Texas Bitcoin mining, it says new Texas Bitcoin mining giant Riot Platforms calls out the New York Times for what it calls the outlet's politically motivated attack on Bitcoin mining. Read Riot's response and rebuttal to the Times article below. Riot Platform put this out. The New York Times politically driven attack on Bitcoin mining is full of distortions and outright falsehoods. Outright falsehoods. That's not a great look. Let me get back to the chat here real quick. That's just not a great look. Digital Funkster, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see. It's definitely great to see you for sure, right? And I always say, look, we need more options in this space. This is I love what Texas is doing. Texas is giving its citizens more options. Got a bill in motion, presented on the floor to give an option, an alternative to the CBDCs that the powers that may be will try to get thrust down your throat. Texas has become a hotbed for Bitcoin mining. Again, more options. Right? I just believe we need more options and more monetary policies that we are able to choose. That is the biggest thing above all things. Don't forget, guys, you can pay your bills with crypto. Don't forget about that. XRP Precision Beast, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. We need more options. That is the case. We need more options. And we need to understand that the Federal Reserve is not our friend. Central bankers are not our friends. They can't seem to figure out the right monetary policy. They have been screwing it up for far too long. And if Bitcoin represents an alternative to their monetary policy, I am all for it. It ain't about technology. Technology gets improved. That's why we got hydro-powered mining. We got nuclear-powered mining, right? These things are better ways to improve technology, and that's what we need. But I got to tell you, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. People keep looking at the value of an asset and don't look at the monetary policy behind it. And when you look at the US dollar, it's a monetary asset, worldly recognized, yet it has lost 97% of its spending power. It's gone. That's just that, right? That is never a great look, right? It's just never a great look. So because all great of an asset it happens to be, the monetary policies around it is just brutal with this inflation, right? This deflation, this stagnation, the idea that we want this Federal Reserve to try to control jobs and try to, control inflation. Those things go along with the dollar. Those are monetary policies, and they have failed. Flat out have just failed. So it's not the asset necessarily alone by itself. What's the monetary policy that comes along with it? Being able to print an asset into oblivion being able to do that does not make for a great monetary policy, right? So it's, it's not just the asset. Tell me about the monetary policy that goes along with that. Texas coming up with a new digital currency backed by gold as a way to say to the Federal Reserve, we're gonna usurp your stronghold on monetary policy. That's what they said. That's what the Texas put together, and I love it. Absolutely love it. The Texas bill would create a state-issued gold-backed digital currency. And the reason they wanted to do this and put this bill together was set the stage to undermine the Federal Reserve's monopoly on money and create a viable alternative to a central bank digital currency. Now, those are things, policies, that I can get behind the asset, which is the digital currency that they look to create. Do you see what I'm saying? It ain't about the asset just alone. It's about, of course, you don't want a crappy asset, but it's about the monetary policy that comes along with it. And when I hear things like undermine the Federal Reserve's monopoly on money, I love it. And when I hear an alternative to a central bank digital currency, I love it. Because to me, those policies around this digital currency make sense. That's a policy that I'm good with. And so now I can get this currency, perhaps if this thing passes, and I can use it because the monetary policy behind it is one that I agree with. And thus having more choices is the answer. It's not less choices, right? It is not less choices. It's more choices for sure. And we'll see if CBDCs are going to get things right, but I don't want that thing stuffed down my throat as the only thing that I got. Don't want that. And I don't want just one digital asset as the only thing that I have. I want more digital assets with use cases, right? More choices, not less, for sure. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys had a chance. Anybody have a chance to check out the Spritz app for paying your bills for crypto? Anybody? Anybody had a chance to use that? I love it. I love using the Spritz app. I absolutely love using it. I love that you can hook it up to your MetaMask and you can pick the blockchain on which you want to use to pay your bills. Ethereum, Polygon, right? Phantom, Solana, whichever one you want to use, you can pick one. I love that. If you want, helping to save on the fees. You can cash out your crypto directly to your bank using Spritz. Absolutely love that as well. Really, really excited about that. That's going to be a really cool deal. Let me share it real quick. Check it out if you haven't checked it out. Here it is right here, Spritz.finance, app.spritz.finance. Pay your bills with crypto. Spritz makes it easy to use your crypto in the real world. Absolutely love what they got going on here. Integrate your on and off chain finances seamlessly. Use the Spritz to pay your bills, transfer money to a bank account directly from your wallet. Because, historically, I know for me in the past, just recently, got to go to the wallet or the exchange, hook that up, get that sent over to change it into USDC or whatever I want to change it into, XRP, XLM. Got to hop on the Coinbase, got to sell the particular asset for USD, and then I got to take the USD and cash out and get it into the bank, right? All these steps. And with the Spritz app, it eliminates all those steps. I absolutely freaking love it. And you guys know on this channel, we're big into DeFi. So, we're providing stablecoin liquidity and matching stablecoins up and earning fees on that. We're staking, wherever we're staking, right? Cosmos, Kava, whatever it is, earning some extra crypto from staking. So we've got some profits on gains, right? Whether it be on PolyX or whether it be on the BAX token, or whether it be on the ZZ token, you get some gains, and you can take those gains. We like to take some of those gains and use the Spritz app to pay the bills. It's pretty cool. I absolutely love it. And the great thing about it is it's so easy to connect to Spritz app, and you can use a MetaMask. I love that. It finds a bunch of your accounts by way of KYC, and you can manually add accounts there as well. All kind of bills, electric bills, utility bills, credit card bills, all kinds of stuff, loans that you may have, all of it. It connects it, and you can connect it, and you can pay with your crypto. If you're going to get some gains, might as well be able to pay some of your freaking bills with that. And again, here I am, a big fan of this bridge. Again, I keep putting this up because I just think it's amazing. The Umbria Nani bridge is a way to, bridge from Ethereum to Polygon. You can bridge your ETH over, you can bridge your USDC over to Polygon and other networks so that you can operate in those ecosystems. And I really, really like it. Very, very inexpensive, very, very fast, and very, very inexpensive for as far as bridges are concerned. What is taking this thing here so long? Let me do this. Refresh that. There it is there. Umbria Nani bridge, really, really liked it. And I told you guys that it was a couple of times that I used it 3 times in a day, and that was really, really cool. I don't know what that was really, really, really cool. Bridge at USDC from Ethereum to Polygon. You can do it to other places as well. You can do ETH. Those are the bridges: Binance Smart Chain, Polygon, Ethereum, Avalanche, Phantom, Arbitrum, and Optimism. I think Arbitrum and Optimism. So get off Ethereum. And I did 3 transactions. One cost 48 cents. 48 cents for a bridge. 48 cents to bridge from Ethereum to another thing is ridiculous. 98 cents one other time, and $3.77 another time. Still, all of those are generally is somewhere between $9, $15 to bridge from Ethereum to other places. That's been my experience. I had a great time using this bridge as well. So I really, really, really do like these bridges. Let me get back to the chat here. Kev Cleveland, what's good, my guy? Good to see you, man. It's really, really good to see you. Pull this up here as well. So yeah, and I'm going to do my sponsor for the video as well. Get outside, enjoy this weather. What's going on, Dano? This is good to see you checking in, bro. Let's see here. Let's go here. Let me fix this real quick. So anyone had an opportunity to use either the Umbria Nani bridge or the Spritz app? I would love to hear it in the chat. Let me know in the chat if you have. Yeah, let me know in the chat. What's going on here? This is not updating. Yeah, let me know in the chat, because I tell you, I'm loving it. It'll be a link in the description for apps for the Spritz app as well. You get $50. I get $50 if you use a link for bills. And I don't know if cumulative bills over $50 or one bill that you pay that's over $50. And you get $50. So I really like that. Let me do here. Anybody use that bridge? Anybody use the Umbria bridge? Anybody use the Spritz app? Let me know in the comments. I know we had a couple of ladies that were wanting to try it on the channel. I got to make a big. Oh, there it is. Change that real quick. There it is. I love it. And let me change here. Let me put this in here for you as well. There it is. So yeah, let me know, guys. So that's kind of the word on the street for today. This case, I'm telling you, this SEC versus Ripple case is just look, it's massive. I mean, There's no other way to describe it other than it's massive. And I think it is going to set the tone for digital asset space in the US. Judge Torres, I think we're blessed to have Judge Torres and Judge Netburn in this case. I really do. And I think that they get the bigger picture. It's no question in my mind that they understand the significance of this. And I think what they understand mostly is that this new asset class called the digital asset space is about financial inclusion and about leveling the playing field and about making a point in speaking to the madness that is accredited investors and nonsense like that promotes financial exclusion. And I think that both Judge Netburn and Judge Torres recognize that the digital asset space is a way to promote financial inclusion. And I really do think that they understand that as well. And so I think they understand government overreach. I think it's very obvious. And I think once the alarm was set by Judge Netburn that there was a government agency that was really here for nonsense in this case and had no faithful allegiance to the law, hypocritical and no faithful allegiance to the law, I think that the judges had to sit back and say, why is that? Why are they coming here before the judicial system being hypocritical and no faithful allegiance to the law? Is it just about this lawsuit? And I think that they recognize that it is not just about the lawsuit. And in the end, a lot of people don't want to say this, but in the end, they're citizens just like you and I. And recognize the bigger picture to it all. Is there really financial inclusion? Not only in this country, but just worldwide. And I think they recognize that this is a global ecosystem. This is a global asset class. And I think they recognize that. I really, really do. I'm certainly hopeful that they recognize that. Miss Crypto C's checked in. Hey, baby, how are you? Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, it'll be a link in the description, small link. But yeah, I love the idea of being able to pay the bills with crypto. Love that. And I like that bridge. I just got, there's a lot of bridges out there, but I really like the bridge. I really like the Umbria Narnia bridge. I think it's a great bridge. Try it out. Umbria Narnia bridge. You can definitely Google that and look that up for sure. Make sure you're on the right bridge. And yeah, the sponsors for the channel is Hotspot Shield VPN. Absolutely got to share that before I head out for sure. Love my sponsors. I'm glad that they reached out. VPN, obviously a massive part of security stuff. Massive part of security, we all know it. And, especially for the streamers out there that want the fast stuff, right? That's hugely important. Hotspot Shield VPN, my sponsors do a really, really good job. World's fastest VPN, according to speed test. You know how you go to speed test or Ookla to check out the speed on your internet? And yeah, so they rated them the world's fastest VPN, Hotspot Shield VPN. Absolutely love it. And then I got the third-party reviews, which I love. Tech Radar says more than twice the top speed we've seen from many competitors. CNET said one of the easiest VPNs to set up and use. Absolutely love it. We went with the premium for sure. The free version is really, really cool. If you can skip through the ad and X out the ads, and you can use the free one for sure. But we went with premium. ZDNet said a VPN that lives up to the hype. PC Magazine said by far the fastest VPN. So I really like what they're doing. I love the Hydra proprietary protocol that they have. I really like that. With servers across 80 plus countries and 35 cities, our proprietary Hydra protocol optimizes your VPN to ensure fast, secure connections for gaming, streaming, downloading, and P2P and more. P2P. Gotta love that. Love Hotspot Shield VPN. There's always going to be a link in the description for the world's fastest VPN. We cannot forget about those guys. So there it is, guys. That is the word on the street. Bitcoin is currently over 30,000. That's great to see. I'm not buying it. I don't believe that the bottom is in. We'll see. We will all see how that goes. I watched an interesting video, by the way, from Wolf of All Streets. He interviewed this, I believe, the CTO from Tether. You want to check that out for sure. Wolf of All Streets. He does a really, really good job. Interesting stuff hearing from the CTO from Tether. It's so interesting, the digital asset space. Some people want Tether to just go away. Some people want Bitcoin to go away. It's very, very interesting to see that. I just say we need more choices. I just really, really believe it. I say that we've given the central banks and their monetary policy a chance for decades, and they can't get it right. I think this is an opportunity for us to choose the asset that we feel has value, not the one that they want to thrust down our throat, which is the fiat monetary system policy, the fiat dollars, and then we can choose our own monetary policy as well. We want more choices. We need more choices. If you and I agree that an asset's valuable, then we agree that it's an asset it's valuable. Why does the powers that be want to come in and say, yeah, you can't make those decisions? We make those decisions for you. Not a fan of that. All right, guys, there it is. It's been a really, really cool hang. What does that say? Slonik, thanks for checking in, Miss Crypto Siege. I love you, baby. Dano, Kev, Cleveland, Pookie, appreciate you checking in. 100 Cent, the digital funkster. I appreciate each and every one of you guys being here. Thank you so much for smashing that like button on the way in. If you didn't get a chance to do so, no worries. You can smash it on the way out. If you've been hanging out and watching, I know we have a lot of people that are hanging out and watching, haven't considered subscribing to the channel. Please consider subscribing to the channel and ringing that notification bell. Oh, wait a minute. Digital Functions want to share about some projects on the ledger. We got to always point out the projects building on the XRPL ledger. If you came in late, don't forget, please, guys, don't forget to go to elitx.pro. Go check it out. These are things that you can do with your assets on the ledger. Loan out your XRP. Set the terms for loan that you may want to borrow. Set tones for the way you lend out your XRPs. You can set the terms. You can set the days, months, the years. You can set the interest that you would like to receive on your XRP. You can set this. EliteX.pro. Powerful. Digital Functions says Expectar and I forgot about On XRP. We own some of that. Are two projects on the XRP lever everyone needs to research. On XRP is a Ripple partner and are behind XPunks. Bob Way, I believe you meant to say the digital funkster, just joined Expectar as Chief Product Officer. Yep. Expectar. Yep. On XRP. We set up our what is that thing? We with the Zum wallet, I forget what it's called, but we trust lines. We set up trust lines for both of those for sure. Great projects building on the XRPL ledger. I've traded with On XRP. Love using them as well. So there it is, guys. If you've been hanging out, watching, and enjoyed the hangout, please consider subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so that you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this one like I do all of my videos. Let's see here. And remind you guys of this.
Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather that we remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it.
I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.